All good?
Yeah.
Happy? Did everything?
That's all good.
How far are we going? You've forgotten already. Half marathon.
22, half a marathon.
I don't know.
Everybody has a starting point to becoming a runner. If you ask almost anyone how they got started in the sport, many times the response will be something like, well, actually, never liked running. I'm somewhat guilty of this cliche. The truth is that when I started to run, it was kind of tough. Tough enough to sincerely make me believe there's no way it could ever be enjoyable. And no matter what your reason is to run, if you're new to running, it's probably going to beat you up a bit. But eventually, running becomes a key part of your life. For me, I needed to run to find a safe place for my head and solve some issues that seem to impact my life. You see, for much of my life, I restricted myself to what the world said I am. If you haven't already worked it out, I'm a black woman. I was born in Ghana, West Africa, but lived in Australia most of my adult life. I have a bachelor's degree and master's degree from an Australian university. Every job I have held has been here in Australia. There's been over 30 years of work experience in a modern, Western, civilized country, just like most of you, I guess. My water comes from a tap, not from a well or carried on top of my head, but yes, I've been there. I shop in a supermarket, I buy clothes from a clothing store, I go to the hairdresser, and yes, I even have a car. But society has made it that as a black woman, I'm forced to fit into what the world says I am. I'm labeled black and bad, black and ugly, black and poor, black and uneducated. At times, I'm even a charity case. It's real hard for some to accept that I'm more qualified and experienced than they are. My race, skin color, my hair define me into a permanent sculpture, a black woman. This tape has played in my mind as long as I was old enough to read and write. There seemed to be no way around it, and settling with that reality was painful while trying to just find me. There were times I wanted to run away from them all, to block it out and completely find a new version of me, if there could be such a thing. This was not easy. Where do you go? I found running. Not just any running, but trail running. A place where I could be at one with nature, God's beautiful creation. And often there is no one around, which is golden. Trail running is a place I could be to get away from the harsh reality of being a black woman in this cruel world. Oddly, the world sees me differently here. I remember my first race only a few years ago. As I walked to the venue, people were staring at me. I asked my husband why people were staring at me. He laughed. You are African, dear. They think you are an elite Kenyan runner. The truth is, I'm not young anymore. I've raised children. I'm not Kenyan. And I run for fun. You can find me smiling right at the back of the pack. Trail running in a nutshell saved my life. Such is the power of running. Out on the trail is where I can be me, and where I can be with people who accept me for who I am. It's also a place where you can find the time to talk to and listen to others. A place where you can get to know a person for who they are. We're all different and unique in many ways. Yet having the empathy to see others' uniqueness and their humanity, irrespective of who they are, is a gift and an act of kindness. I really believe that we can develop this type of empathy when we take the time to truly be with ourselves in self-reflection. And running can really help us to do that. Deep down, we all want to be accepted, included, and treated with respect. And although, as a black woman, history has put us at the lower end of humanity's scale, if you get time to run with me or people like me, you get the opportunity to realize that people like me are just like people like you. So for me, running has become a vehicle to learn to repair myself from the harsh realities of being born black. And at the same time, it allows me to develop the capabilities to reach out to others in love, respect, and kindness, and choosing to be at peace without expecting miracles in return makes me feel good about myself as a giver of kindness and a bringer of joy. Over the years, running has provided me with friendship, enjoyment, and a community that money cannot buy. As I continue to do what I need to do, running has changed my life for the better. Running is easy, especially when you are at the back of the pack. Running is simple. Running is encouraging, which enables you to conquer fear 1 kilometer at a time. It helps you to be as good as you can be. You can't ask for more than that.